to unveil the cover along with Mr. Nari Hira, Chairman, Magna Publication, and Ms. Suchitra Iyer, Editor of Society Magazine.
Okay.
Oh, seriously? Thank you. Come here.
Ma'am, you're looking stunning on the cover and you have a very beautiful smile so far. And what kept you going?
ये हमेशा जब ये क्वेश्चन करते हैं ना, it puts me in a bit of a flux. Like 25 years, how do I encapsulate and which part do I speak of? Where do I begin? I could take forever. 25 years is a long journey. Or I could just say it in 2 lines. Well, what would you prefer? What would you like? Hello. Okay. I think I was just telling the girl upstairs that as a little girl, I had never. I remember my aunt and used to be an avid movie buff. और हर पिक्चर जो लगती थी ना वो ज़रूर जाकर देखती थी. And she was like younger to my mother's sister. Every film that came, she went. Even if it was like a mythological with those bad special effects, because at that time they were really quite bad. And I would go tag along with her. But I had never dreamt that I would one day be on the screen. Life gave me some really extraordinary chances. I think I think I wasn't thinking at that time. I was young and I took those chances. And I sometimes fell, sometimes was extremely unnerved. But slowly, surely, things worked out. I got Sultanat, where the film was so big, I was like a little ant in the film because it was filled with the best technicians, the biggest stars, the biggest sets. It was Hindi and English. It was huge, and I was just this college-going girl who just struck lucky. Well, somewhere during the making, I got signed for Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak. I didn't know then, but Nasir Hussain, the producer, for me he was a big person because I remember seeing some Zamane Ko Dikhana Hai and Hum Kisi Se Kam Nahi, and knowing that it was a Nasir Hussain production. I didn't know that he had had a spate of flops just before they made QSQT. So this was probably, according to people in the industry, this wasn't a great film to sign up with. But what I didn't know. So when I got offered the film, I very excitedly said yes. And there we started making the movie. And I still remember, during the making, people around us would think कि क्या film बन रही है, वो लड़की हम करके बात कर रही है, कुछ घाघरा चोली पहन के घूम रही है, कौन है ये लड़का, कौन है ये लड़की. At that time, it was the time of big multi-star cast films. That was a time of big and three hero films. So nobody expected this little QSQT to do anything. And see, I'm going into details. यार अभी आप लोग सुन रहे हो तो मैं बहुत कुछ सुना सकती हूँ. पर आप लोग मुझे बताओ कहाँ पर कितना टाइम है मेरे पास. मैं तो बहुत सारी कहानियाँ बता सकती हूँ.
एक दो कहानी.
Okay, so I'll say QSQT.
I think it's echoing.
Yeah, it's echoing. Okay. So QSQT, when it was releasing, I still remember हम लोग, I don't know, I may have said it in the interview, वो उसके पोस्टर बनते थे तब और हम we were nobodies ना, तो I also took some posters from the production office and before release because I was also यार पता नहीं film लगेगी, all my friends will laugh at me कि बड़ा heroine बनने के चली गई थी, see what happened to the film. So you do everything you can to try and you know get a little mileage for your film. So उसके वो sticker posters होते थे. So I would go down. I was living in Kasparate, तो वहाँ line लगती थी taxis की. तो taxi में जाके बोलना please can I put this sticker on the back of your windscreen. तो कोई तो भगा देते थे कि they'd look at this and say कौन है ये मैं हूँ और ये कोई आमिर खान है हमारी पिक्चर लगने वाली है. And some would be sweet and they wouldn't even look at it and say हाँ लगा दो because उस time लगती थी पीछे taxi में ऐसे posters लगते थे. So I remember even doing that. Then one didn't understand, the film got released, so in the theatres that were around my house we didn't know okay, people whether they were going for the film or not. So I'd go in my car sometimes with my daddy or something and just park the car outside the theatre to see whether anybody's even going in. Well, from there things moved slowly, gradually. The film, after a couple of months we realized it has really become a big hit. But then Amir Khan became the bigger star. The press was going crazy about him. Nobody asked about who I was. So I thought, okay, he's made it, now what about me? But no, slowly I started getting work and one thing led to another. As I watched my work, I started to improve and know what to do, what not to do, what looks better, what doesn't work. And then, yes, things started looking good for me. I got Dar, I got some really big films. Then I had a bit of I became so big that I became stupid. You know, that's when you are, one is to make it, and the other is to maintain it. And they always tell you that's the more difficult one. Because when you're a big star, like, you know, you're in demand and everybody wants you, you make the silliest mistakes, you make the silliest decisions. And so I lost out on some really big hit, what became very big hit films. But my work continued, and so did I. And here I am. I could go on into details, but I think they'll all say, okay, enough.
Now open the floor.
And now I would like to open the house.
Tissues, please. May I have a tissue, please?
Tissue.
Just a tissue. Thank you. Thank you.
जूही जी, लाइफ में कभी ऐसा मौका आया कि ये फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में छोड़ दूं, कुछ ऐसा क्विट करने का विचार आया था जब शुरुआती करियर आपका ग्रोथ हुआ था? कोई ऐसा दिन, ऐसा मोमेंट कभी लाइफ में?
हाँ आया था. एक तो बहुत जल्दी आ गया था. नहीं, एक्चुअली बहुत सारे ऐसे मोमेंट्स आए थे. सल्तनत का